Hello everyone, this is Yuti Doshi from Man Mantra Mental Health. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Stories. Today we have with us Miss Harshita, the founder of The Turning Point, and she's also a mental health advocate. So Harshita, over to you. Please tell us something more about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Harshita Bansali and I have a mental health blog, like she said, called The Turning Point. So it's a blog basically to spread awareness and initiate more conversations about mental health. And honestly, I think I've seen a lot of people who want to be a part of the mental health field, but are not psychologists, are not counselors, but what I want to say is that you can still be a part of this community. You can advocate about it. You can talk about it, spread awareness. This is how I am trying to be a part of this community without being a therapist, which is okay. And there's a lot of space for everybody who wants to be a part of this.
Yes, rightly said Harshita. And since a lot of our viewers are not therapists or are not from the mental health background, I think it will be really helpful for them to hear this. And from you, I really want to know what does it mean to go for therapy?
So I've written about my experiences in therapy on my blog a lot, and I'm very open about it because honestly, therapy is life changing. And I have had my bad experiences also in therapy with other therapists. But when you actually find the right therapist, it can actually be life changing because you learn so much about you. There are so many perspectives that you can, because you're involved in the situation, you don't even look at those perspectives because you're so attached to the situation. But there's a third person who shows you a completely different perspective. And you're just like, yeah, actually, I never thought of it like that. I never thought about it that way. And it's just that shift in perspective that is can be so insightful and can be life changing. Like then you start seeing things from that perspective and you're like, actually it wasn't such a big deal how I was making it, because I was viewing it from this perspective, it was looking so big, but when I take two steps back, it's actually not that big. And it can be very weightlifting, in, like I like to say, like there's certain weight of those things that we are very emotional about. They can be very burdening for us emotionally, and suddenly it's just like this weight is sort of lifted from your shoulders, like no, actually it's not that big of a deal. And even if it is, you learn how to deal with it there, because as an individual you may not know best how to deal with it, but there's someone who can look at it from a different perspective and probably can even provide you with the tools that how to deal with it.
Right, it's very
It's
important. Therapists have a lot of tools that can help, and sometimes we know them. It's just that as since we are in the situation, sometimes we fail to use them or remember
right.
them and take us out of the
And honestly, for everybody who's even wanting to go to therapy and is scared, which is completely understandable, like it can be a very scary thing to actually, book a therapy session, go for it. The first one can be very scary. But honestly, like it's not for you to worry about. Like the therapist will make you feel comfortable. They will do all the work. It's just you just have to call and just go there. That's it.
right.
All everything else the therapist will do. So everybody who wants to go to therapy, like just give it a try.
Right. So true, Harshita. So Harshita, as you said, the first experiences are quite, for some it may be scary, for some it may be exciting. So exactly who all
I think everybody can go to therapy because we generally view this as when we are going through something, we should go to therapy.
yeah,
And I think everybody views it that way. For me also, I think when I was going through a lot, that's when I properly considered therapy. But had I considered it before, I would not have gone through as much as I did.
right,
So I think even it's not even about if you are going through or not going through. If you just want to become aware about yourself, therapy, you can go to therapy. Even if you want to, if you're supposed doing well at in your career and you want to do better, but you don't know how, or if there's something holding you back, like it's just for everything. Like it's not just for your problems.
I think it's all
So
about the attitude that we all have, Even going to the general physician, we only go when we can't handle it. Till then,
hmm.
Prosim hai na or Vicks hai na, something like that. And we want
But
to,
even with health, sometimes we're very conscious about it in terms of getting our daily health checkups. We all do that, like कि at least once a year we should get a health checkup कि कुछ है नहीं है. But that we don't do in terms of mental health कि let me at least go, see what is there for me, just talk to someone. Sometimes it's just good to let it out. Like I'm sure we are all going through something and we all have something to talk about. It's sometimes just to let it out of your system. And I think we all need that.
yeah, I agree, completely agree. And we all, and I just want to add here that we all have friends, to vent out. As you said, we need to vent out. Completely agreeable. But sometimes our friends might not be that qualified or that might not have that expertise or those tools that you mentioned of, and
Right.
which will
That's
really help you.
completely right. That's absolutely right. I completely agree because they're not therapists. They can't guide you or, help you resolve, or they can't do all that. They
I am
can hear
listening,
you
maybe.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
If
it.
you're lucky enough, they understand what active listening is, because a lot of people don't understand. Like very subconsciously or unconsciously we're just like कि, हाँ मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ था, and it's okay, don't think about it too much. And like
Right.
I think talking to a friend and talking to a therapist is a completely different thing.
True, true. Completely agree. So, Harshita, if I decide, suppose listening to you now, I decided I want to go to therapy. Whom should I
Hmm.
go to, like, for therapy? I know there are psychologists, and there are so much information available on websites and doctor portals and like that. So, like, how to select? Whom should I go to?
So how to select is one, like you can do a couple of things in terms of how to select a therapist. Now there are psychologists, counselors, life coaches who are coming up a lot, but we really need to know the difference between them, because we might confuse life coaches as therapists. Like I think the broad term is therapists. Now
Hmm.
everybody sort of comes under therapist, but for us it's very important to kind of bifurcate that no, life coaches do different things, and counselors and psychologists have studied different things and do different things. But I think psychologists are, if you're going through a lot and serious mental health issues, you should go to psychiatrist who can give you medication, and there's no problem with that,
Hmm.
because it just helps to calm down the symptoms for sometimes till you can actually deal with those emotions,
Right.
which is okay. And I think you can tell us a little about what counselors and counselors do. I
Hmm.
mean, I went to a counselor, and there are so many different types of things that are coming up, and
Right.
all of it benefit you in some way. But it's just that we need to know which one to go at what point.
Right.
Like, for example, I have tried a life coach, a therapist, and art based therapy. All worked for me in very different parts of my life and at different stages of my life.
Hmm.
Like, if I wanted clarity, just some motivation or something like that, then I'd probably go to a life coach who can, help me set goals and, help me achieve those goals. If I would really recommend art based therapy for something that you're not being able to identify. There are some things that there are some things that are within you that will come out with art based therapy. Like you don't even know that you felt like that, and you don't even know that these are emotions within you. You've suppressed them so down, and then through art based therapy everything sort of surfaces and you don't even know how,
Yeah.
but it does. It's an amazing process.
Yes. Hmm.
And with the therapist, I think when you want to change, basically there are certain things about your life that you want to change but are feeling stuck on how to do that, or what is it that's getting me stuck, what are the emotions. It's great with dealing with trauma or childhood memories or whatever it is. Like counselors and therapists are great. Like I was blessed with a great one. So I honestly recommend therapy to everyone I meet because it's amazing.
Right. Thanks a lot for sharing that, Harshita. Not many people talk about going to therapy, like about whether they have gone to therapy. So thank you for sharing that. But when we talk about going to therapy, there are certain myths, like still it's sad, but it's true, right? Till date, like if I go and talk to my neighbor and tell him or her that, oh, auntie, you know what? I went to therapy. They'll be like, it's not common yet. It's not talked about yet. So, what are the common myths about therapy that people still hold?
Hmm. So people think that you're crazy if you're going to therapy,
Yeah,
which is not true. And I think like one of the ways that we can change it is talking about it. Like I'll tell you a very I'll tell you what drove me to even start this blog or write this blog. So when I used to go to therapy for a long time, I could not see you, sorry. So I was working with mental health professionals for a very long time and I knew I wanted to be in this space. But when I started going to therapy and when anybody from my family would ask me that, where are you going? I would just say, I'm going out. Even if my friends would ask me, I tell them I'm going out.
mm,
I would never tell them that I'm going to therapy because for some reason it's kind of so ingrained that you're not supposed to talk about it. It's not something that you talk about it. And that's when I realized that if I want to be in the field and if I am only not comfortable talking about it or, open about it, how will I cannot expect this from anybody else. So everybody else having this taboo around it is understandable because even I come from there. So
right.
that was one of the reasons I even started this blog, that I want to be open about, talk about it and encourage people to talk about it because this is the only way.
I agree.
And honestly, after that, when I did tell my parents, or when I started writing about it, everybody was so supportive and so open. Everybody sort of just opened up about it. Like it's fine. Like it's not a problem. I didn't face any stigma or anything like that. It's just it was in my head that people will not accept it or it's not okay with people. But it's just when you talk about it, do you know?
And then you feel so light.
Yeah, exactly. And I think perception towards mental health is changing
Yeah, it is.
a lot. Like people are accepting it. It's just that we need to talk about it more. Like we need to talk that I'm not okay.
And I
For
think
other
people
people,
are genuinely unaware, It's not that they don't want to
hmm,
know. Genuinely, they really don't know. Like, because it has
hmm,
never happened, talking about emotions to an unknown person.
hmm.
So
Right.
they don't know how to go
And
about it. So I think
and one
we,
of the major myths that I have always heard, and this might sound as funny as it is that firstly, everybody thinks therapy is very expensive.
yeah,
And why people think therapy is expensive is because they perceive it as talking to people. And of course, now if you consider it like, I don't want to pay, for example, 2,000 to talk to a person. You're not just talking,
exactly.
you're resolving a lot of things, you're addressing childhood traumas, and it requires a lot of education to be able to deal with people talking about their trauma and helping them come a certain from reach from point A to point B. It takes a lot of education, practice. So it's not really talking about it. So I have heard this a million times that after paying so much, if I am in depression, the bill will only make me more depressed. Like
Yeah,
this is I have heard this so many times, and as funny as it may sound, it is true. Like I have heard this so many times. But people need to change their perception about therapy, that it's not
that's
like someone sitting and you're talking about it,
so
just
true.
talking about it.
I agree, Arshada. And with the number of experts coming up now with their own pages, with their own practices, I would like to just make a note here that even me, I also practice privately, and there I know so many young psychologists like me who do not charge so much because we have ourselves faced the same situation. Like when I wanted to go to therapy myself, I was like, what to do? Like, I have a job, I don't have a job sometimes, and then I am a student, I'm learning certain things. How can I pay so much? So
Mm.
we are coming from the same place, and that's why we offer therapy. Not only we, there are many people out there who offer therapy at very subsidized rates. So I think you are correctly 100% right that this is the biggest myth. Therapy is expensive. Oh, okay, everyone has their own prices. And suppose you had a skin infection on your body, would you go to your local doctor who just charges 200-300 rupees, or you would actually go to a specialized person, whatever the amount was, right?
Exactly. Like that is my only concern with people saying that it's expensive. Like, and people asking like you all should charge less and this and that.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, if you're going for like a treatment, you're not going to bargain with your doctor that, reduce the price because you understand the value of that. And
exactly.
also, there are
The
so
value is not
many,
understood, that is the main problem.
exactly. Like with so many people, I think there are so many low cost therapists in initiatives that are offering that. But also, this is my perspective that if you, for example, even for health, you're not going to go for some subsidized thing because automatically, if it's low cost, the value of it is less.
Yeah,
It's a very natural thing to think like, कि कम price है तो quality okay होगा, which is in anything that
yeah,
we do.
yeah. Agree, agree.
So people don't even want to pay more for it.
Mhm.
And the low ones they don't want to go for it because they think that the therapists have less
Like,
experience. That's why they are charging less. So it's honestly, if you, I personally believe this, if you want to go for therapy, you will do it. Like price is not going to be that big of an issue. And if it is for some people that it genuinely is, there are things available and they're going to make use of it.
hmm. The most important thing is, I think, taking the first step, at least thinking that, okay, I need help and I want to
Hmm.
talk to someone about it.
Hmm.
That's where it
And I
starts.
think also we need to change this part that it's help. Like, even if I want to get better, like if I want a
Yeah,
better life, I can go to therapy. Like, it's not that I need help, but I just want a better life.
agree.
And
Totally agree. Because, as you said, everyone can go to therapy. And
exactly, it's not just when you need help, it's also because so that you don't need help.
yeah, I think this should be quoted by Harshita. Yeah. So, now that we're talking about therapy, I would just like to mention here that there are lots of kinds of therapy. Like as Harshita said, everyone can go to therapy, and it is also essential to know that the same kind of therapy might not work with everyone.
Right.
So there are different kinds of therapy, and I would like to know from Harshita about what her experience has been. She is an arts-based therapy practitioner. So arts-based therapy is one type, and I'll talk about the different other types following what she has to say.
Hmm. So I think art-based therapy is like a lot of people struggle with expressing emotions, understanding emotions, which is okay. So I think art-based therapy is perfect for them because I personally believe this a lot that a lot of times even I don't have words to explain how I'm feeling.
Right.
I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm just feeling it. So arts-based therapy is great for to be able to express that because I don't need words and I don't have to justify or nobody actually sits with that what I create or what I do and that this is why you did this or nobody does that. It's just a non-judgmental space where you can express yourself, where you can understand yourself better. Nobody, no arts based practitioner will tell you that this is how you're feeling or this is what you have created means or there is no evaluation done. It's just pure expression, pure understanding. That is also your experience. They are just facilitators who will help you. It's just like if you want to cross a river, I will help you do that.
But you, in your journey, they just help. And it's not only expression. While it arts-based therapy, I would just like to add that it's not only expressing something on paper or through movement or through sound. Along with the expression, in that process, you are actually healing yourself in some way.
Right.
Now,
Hmm.
it is not, there is no particular explanation of A is equal to B in this, but it happens.
Exactly. It happens and you don't even know how.
It might
Like
seem
even
magical,
when
but it's not magic at all. Of course, it's
yeah,
not
it's not
magic.
magic, it's proven science, everything behind it.
Yes.
And it's just like I used to honestly struggle a lot with vulnerability. And in the middle of our course, I am crying and I don't even know why. Like, I
Exactly.
don't know, something has happened within me. I don't know what has happened. What am I healing? What am I feeling? It just happens. Like, you may not understand that, but that is properly planned by a facilitator. That, but you may not understand it. Like,
Yeah.
so it's
And
amazing. Like,
I
it
think,
works
and that's
great.
when the facilitator's role come in and they explain you what has happened also, if
Mm-hmm.
needed. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's about arts-based therapy. Now there are different other kinds of therapy as well. Not everyone would understand arts-based therapy, and that's fine.
Mm.
There is something called as REBT. Many of us must have heard about REBT therapist. It is the full form is Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, where it is basically talk therapy, but it's not random talking that we do in our daily life. It's about our beliefs, it's about our emotions, it's about certain events that triggered our emotions. And we dissect that particular event or we dissect those emotions and find out our irrational beliefs.
Mm.
All have these irrational beliefs. The problem lies that we already believe that we can't have an irrational belief. It's not that. We all have these thoughts, we all have these beliefs from childhood. And sometimes it becomes difficult for us to even identify that, okay, these thoughts are not helpful, but this is what I have always been thinking. So, what REBT is about is this particular thing, and your therapist will help you identify those irrational thoughts and beliefs and help you with better, replace them with better, positive, I can't say only positive, but better, helpful
More
thoughts,
rational
yeah, rational thoughts.
beliefs.
That's
Mm.
REBT. Then there is something called a psychoanalysis, which heavily relies on your unconscious mind and your childhood memories and things like that. Then there is family therapy, where your therapist will deal with the child, parents, and all the family members. Sometimes, and especially nowadays, you, you know, with the trends changing from joint family to nuclear family, and everything like the economically also the balance of the family systems is changing, and there are a lot of conflicts seen in couples, parents, and families. So resolving family conflicts, it's not always that a therapist sits only with one person. The whole family also
Right.
might be involved sometimes. And then there is something called as transactional analysis. There are a lot of things. Just like how for physical health, there is homeopathy, Ayurveda, etc.
Right.
Different things and how different things work for different people. Sometimes you
Mm.
might need a surgery. Sometimes you might just need 2, 3 doses of the prescribed medicine. Sometimes you might just
Right.
need an ointment. Similarly, for
Mm.
your mind, sometimes you might need art. Sometimes you might just need to talk rationally or have a
Right.
discussion. Sometimes you might need more. So,
Mm.
this all is decided in a therapy session with your therapist.
Mm.
So,
Which is great. I mean, that was a great analogy that there are so many different types of things in the health, like
yeah,
the physical health department. And I think a lot of us have tried a lot of things. But if one doesn't work for us, we don't say कि अभी मैं doctor के पास ही नहीं जाऊंगी. मतलब I will not ever go to a doctor. So that is not the thing that we should do with mental health also. If one doesn't work for you for some reason, it must not have been meant for you. Like you can try the other thing. Like it can work brilliantly for you.
true. In fact, even if you are scared of taking injections, you take them where you have to take them. So then why
Right.
not go to therapy, right? Yes. So since we
Exactly.
are talking about physical health and mental health, I want to know what is your take on medication for mental health and therapy.
So I think so a lot of people are against it, against taking medication, but I think it's okay. It's it happens in extreme cases only that they recommend medication, and sometimes in those extreme cases you don't understand what's happening with you. The symptoms are so overpowering, the emotions are overpowering. You need that medication to kind of let it subside, when you can actually talk about it, when you can create space for that healing. So I think medication for when it's important is needed. Like it's just like how health is, to be very honest. Like some things, honestly, you can do a home remedy and deal with it. Sometimes you can take a few, tablets and be okay with it. Sometimes it's a surgery that's needed. So I think with surgery, I think I'd compare that to like medication, and that's a more extreme and serious kind of a situation, which is okay. I mean, we do whatever's needed, we need to do that.
Hmm. Right. And Harshita, I'd just like to tell you that whatever you told us today, I think it has been told many times by now in the past few months by a lot of people, to a lot of
Mm,
people. But I think we need to keep telling this, that mental health is important. And of
mm,
course, it is okay to go to therapy. And I think I am going to say this even, I mean, forever, because as you said, we need to talk about it more. I
mm.
know that, I mean, in my previous episodes only, we have spoken about medication therapy, why medication is not so, it's okay. I mean, it's not a dangerous thing. And again, you are saying the same thing. And I think I will need 100 more Harshitas to tell this, because this is so important and people still don't
Important.
understand, It is still a taboo. And I think we really need to understand that if once in your life you go to a therapist, it's not going to mean anything wrong about it. So,
Yeah.
and being a
It can
therapist,
be
I would,
so like,
yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but you feel so light.
the freeing
And I
experience.
just want to say this to whoever even tries therapy, that it's honestly, if you're expecting that you will go to therapy and in 1 2 session you're going to see your life changing, it's not going to happen. Like it is not going to happen. Like it takes, depending on what
Yeah.
you are going there for, it really depends. It's the timeline is different for everybody. It might take 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, for some people 1 year. It takes time. It takes time to, because you're exploring literally how, whatever your age is, those many years of your life, those many experiences you're exploring, and it takes time. And some things, like, I just want to say this, like, so many things, like for example, if I've been in therapy for a year now, and I thought, like, I saw a lot of change in me. And I thought that, okay, now I'm more, I'm much better and this and that. And now there are some other things that come up that that I didn't even think that required attention, but it's so much of, what's holding me back. Like, it can be like, it's literally like this, that it goes. Sometimes you can feel like, oh my God, I'm doing great. And then you can hit like, oh shit, like I'm exploring a very deep rooted issue. It's a roller coaster. So don't go in with any expectation that I have to become okay in a month, or in 6 sessions I should see a result. Don't go with that expectation. Or if I start to, become better, the graph is only going to be up. Do not go in with such expectations to therapy. Just allow yourself to experience it with whatever it comes. And that's when I think you'll see most change. Like, you just have to give yourself.
I agree, Harshita. And I think today, whatever knowledge that you have given us from your experience is makes a lot of sense. And I think many people whoever will watch this video will get an idea of what therapy exactly is like and why we shouldn't stop ourselves from going to therapy. So,
Right.
yeah. So, thank you so
And
much.
I'm sure even if one person here like goes to therapy and actually, sees those changes, they're gonna tell 100 other people, because if you go to therapy and see changes, you cannot not talk about it. You cannot not, advocate therapy, because it's just great. Like I've constantly repeated because it's done so much good for me. And I just want that, it does good for other people. Just try it and see what's there for them.
I, it's just that when we go to therapy, it's not only about solving issues, not only about understanding your past traumas. Of course, those are very
A
important,
part of it.
but most importantly, for yourself, it uh, what do you say? It helps you deal with your daily life stresses.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, whoever is going to therapy, you have a job, you have a family, you still have to go through that day, however you are
Hmm.
feeling. Then why not, just resolve side by side, resolve issues side by
Right.
side, and do your work if you do it. So yes,
You may be able to do your work better. You might have better relationships just through that. Like, you can either choose to live your life how it is, or you can choose to upgrade, have better relationships, do better at work, feel better about yourself. And I think, why would someone not choose the latter? Like, why would you not choose to have a better life?
yes.
And that's what therapy does. Like, I honestly can go on and on about how the benefits of it, because it's just a very close thing to my heart, and I always tell everybody around me to go to therapy.
Thank you so much, Harshita. Uh, you have given really valuable information to us, and I'm really happy that you came over today for Sunday Stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
so one last thing. If anyone has any questions about therapy, or if you want to talk to Harshita as well, I will be sharing her page link in the caption. Please comment, like, DM her or me. And if you have any questions about mental health, please contact us. We'll be happy to answer.
Definitely.